got a few minutes to write down what's itching inside my mind. It's been too long since we have talked about nothing at all. Wish I could call. I know you're lost. Please don't you worry. There's no need to hurry. Just stay strong. It won't be long before we're together. Right here in heaven. I miss you, Mom. Dear Mom, please believe I've done everything I needed to. Dear Mom, I'll be there when you breathing while you're sleeping. Dear Mom, I know you are hurting, feeling the burden of me not there. You're way too strong to give up on living instead of still giving the love in your heart. I know it's hard, but never forget the things that I did and the reasons why you are my mom. So please keep on living, caring and giving. I love you, Mom. Dear Mom, please believe I've done everything I needed to. Dear Mom, I'll be there when you breathe while you're sleeping. I can't believe I'm saying these words to you, but believe what I'm saying. You made me the man that I am. Dear Mom, please believe I've done everything I needed to. Dear Mom, I'll be here when you breathe while you're sleeping. I love you, Mom.
Good evening, Rev Nation.
Good evening, Red Nation, where
How
we
you doing?
grease the squeaky wheel of socialism, one liberal tier at a time. That's all I got.
That's good
I
enough.
don't have any cool names for him either. Shannon will be joining us here in a minute. He's going to be fashionably late as usual. I'm going to quit stuttering. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. Already dropping F-bombs. It's been a long day.
It's been a long week.
Been a long week. Been a long fucking day. How do I sound? Does everybody hear me all right? Put that in
Sounds
comments,
great.
please. I'm worried
Sounds
about it because I had to go home today.
Sounds
Hi,
good
Laura.
here.
So how's your week been?
It's been pretty good. I have stayed so busy and away from media as much as I can. I think that's been the only saving grace is staying on the news.
Yeah, looking behind you.
Exactly.
It's
That's
awesome.
why we're outside tonight. It's just too nice to be inside.
Yeah, I wish I could go outside, but I live next to a busy highway, so it doesn't quite work out. I feel
Hey,
like I'm echoing.
yeah.
Shannon will be here shortly. I just wanted to go over a couple of things before we started here. Um, it's been a long week for all of us. It's been a long couple of weeks for all of us. It's been a long year for all of us. But the things that we're dealing with right now, and I think that everybody can agree, um, we just we are holding true to our oaths right now. And the fact that we have so many veterans out there working to get our Americans home right now is holding true to your oath to this country, and you're standing up to it, since your wonderful government will not. So I applaud each and every one of you for doing that. Anybody that's out there trying to get the shit done, it's needed, and it's really appreciated. We actually have been talking to somebody today that we're trying to get help for, as we speak. So I just wanted to get that out of the way really quick. I just wanted to tell everybody that we really, really, really appreciate all of you, for being here and hanging with us, and just hang in there, y'all. Hang in there. This is the time where we need each other the most. So quit with the attacking. I keep seeing people attacking each other, and it turned into the service war again. Like you're a pogue, and you're a grunt, and this and that and all that shit. It's like, come on, y'all. We're family. It's not the time for that. Yes, feelings matter just a tad. Just a tad, just a little bit, for a minute, just for a second, a couple seconds. Hi, Shannon.
Hey, buddy.
You're looking exceptional today.
I got you muted. There you go.
Here we go. No,
Still can't hear you, buddy.
Hear you.
Now you can.
Still can't hear you.
Now you can hear me.
Now you can. You gotta turn
Because I got
yourself
some
up.
microphone in my face.
Yeah,
There you
turn it
go.
up just a tad.
Yeah, so what did I miss?
Well, we did the introduction, played your song, Dear Mom. Let everybody
Sweet.
listen to that and get started. I think it was relevant for the week. Honor the soldiers we lost.
The
over there.
13 warriors we lost.
And all the people that are over there working to get our people home right now.
Yeah.
The people that are doing it when our government will not.
I was impressed to see the UAE stand up and help Chad and Tim.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
Well, no, they actually, and we don't need to tell too much about it, but thank you, UAE, for being as cool as you are. And to be honest with you, I've been to UAE. It's a pretty awesome place, and those people over there are really great. They really are.
I just find it odd that a foreign country had to do the work.
Well, the other countries were going in and getting their people out while we were saying we don't have the capabilities. I am kind of happy to see that the Taliban's a little bit upset with us for smashing all the radios and the windows out of their Black Hawks.
Why did you
They
just
felt
tell us
betrayed. Fucking idiots. Sorry.
They
not
felt
sorry.
betrayed. I don't care.
I don't know how that feels.
Yeah, they felt betrayed.
Tell me again about how that betrayal feeling feels, because I really
Right?
don't. I really don't
Right?
care.
We're not familiar with that.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Meanwhile, I'm
Especially not
drinking
now.
out of my American cup that was made from China.
China.
Stupid. I'm about to throw it away.
Cool.
I didn't realize it was made in China until I got it home and got it out of the box.
I made it a point not too long ago to check. I have a lot of American flags, as you can probably imagine, hence the name. But I had to go around and check everything and make sure that I didn't have a freaking American flag that was made in China. So far, I'm doing good, but these ones, they don't have a tag on them, so I'm just gonna go with they're made in the USA.
Sure,
Yeah.
why not?
For those that shop at Harbor Freight, they carry 2 or 3 different flags. There is one that's made in the USA that Harbor Freight carries.
Right.
I order mine online from a place that makes them in the USA.
Yes, absolutely.
Where's that at?
Where's that at?
Yeah, what's
Google,
it called?
American flag, made by USA.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
You Google
I'll get the link.
American flag.
Yeah,
made
no.
in
Well, I was just
USA.
gonna say, if you have a place, let's put it up on the page.
Oh, I don't have it right now. I don't. I do have this roster that I wanted to start busting out. Again, this roster that I've compiled throughout the years of different veteran service organizations and veteran-owned businesses. It's a pretty long list, and I wanted to get back into it and start adding to it again because it's been over a year now, and I know there's been a whole lot of new ones popping up. So what I'm gonna do after the show, I'm gonna post it up on the Rev Nation uh, Facebook page, the roster, and everybody go in there and comment. Um, put your website, your Facebook link, or Instagram or whatever, and I will put you in the roster, and I will send it out to whoever needs it. I'm not gonna send it out as a mass thing. I'll send it out selectively.
I don't know if you guys know this or not, but my music's made in America.
What? What?
Your music's
Yeah.
twice as good because it's made in Texas and America.
Yeah. Because kiss my ass. It's from Kentucky, made in Texas, United States of America. So
The trifecta.
facts and shit.
Facts.
I really don't give a damn how you feel about it, because America, bitches.
Fact.
I'd say Shannon's in a mood right now, but
I-
Shannon's
you,
always
man.
in this mood. This is Shannon's mood.
We had a pretty good week though. Last week, me
You
and Sean-
guys
yeah.
got to hang out with each other.
we did.
Yeah, we did. And it was awesome. We had a great time. I had a great time. I don't care if he did or not, but he got to meet my awesome dad and my sister and her daughter, and they got to hang out and get a class on recon.
Yeah.
And, like we had a pretty good day. It was pretty awesome.
Yep.
Much needed.
Very
He drove
nice.
6 hours. He drove 6 hours to hang out with me. It was weird. It's creepy.
Who would do something like that?
That guy right there.
Jeez.
This guy right here.
I wish I could have gone. That would have been great. I really want to meet your dad from what you guys told
My
me.
dad may or
Sounds
may
like
not have
relaxed.
given us like $500 worth of stuff.
His dad was
Yeah, I really wish I could have gone.
we're hanging out, and his dad owns a store, and I'm walking around, and it's a Kentucky sporting goods store. A lot of times you find stuff you don't find in other places. Great little place. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like a kid in a candy shop, man. I'm like literally looking at the walls and cases, and I'm like, yeah, I'll take that. And I set it on the counter, and we get ready to leave, and he's like, I try to go pay, and he's like, no.
Oh yeah, my dad wouldn't let it either one. Not only that. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate it. If you stick around, I'm going to play you something that I'm going to be re-releasing since I was with the band Vetted, which is called No Man Left Behind. It's a song that I think America needs to hear.
Amen.
And
I'm pretty pumped about that.
I talked to all the guys that helped create that song today, minus one. And, we're going to compile whatever. We're going to take care of the administration stuff of that. But, we're going to take care of each other. But I think, 3 out of 4 of us, not that the fourth one doesn't, but there's no communication. So, I think that America needs to hear that song. So we're going to re-release it.
That's awesome.
And,
I think you're completely right.
at the top of this hour.
Dear Mom comes out.
What?
How many days till Dear Mom is officially out?
6 1/4.
September 10th.
September 10th on
6 1/4 days. 6 1/4 days. So, Dear Mom, Kevin, will be available. And man, like, it's hard. It's hard when I see these things that I read at the bottom of the tickers, or messages that are sent to me. Dear Mom, what an incredible song. Haven't seen her in 15 years. Would love to get a copy. You know, those things, it makes it hard. It makes it hard for me to sell my music.
Yeah.
That's what makes you good at it, buddy.
I know, but because I just want to give it to everybody that feels that way.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, aw, I'm like,
I know,
you know,
right?
you know, it's ridiculous. You know, I'll tell you, like, I don't even know. I can't speak for you guys, but like for me as a combat veteran, everybody's like, oh, dude, like he's combat good. He's like, he's a Navy corpsman. He was in Fallujah. He's crazy as fuck. Anyway. And they're not wrong. They're not wrong because like
They're not wrong.
there's a switch where I just kind of go, but when it's on, like when my emotion switch is on, like I'm this big, huge, sloppy, sappy blah of a guy. like I don't even like puppies and kittens. Oh. Like, and I'm just like, oh, you know. And then, like, if you give me a reason to go, it's never pretty. It's never pretty.
Yeah,
never pretty.
Disrespect you or somebody that you.
I promise you, I will have absolutely. If I have to turn that switch off, I don't necessarily like saying this, but I'm gonna say this given where we're at in the world today. But if I have to turn that switch off, I will smash your head with a sledgehammer and go to sleep.
That's why Bud is happy that I'm with you guys, because he knows that if anybody fucking disrespects me, I dare you guys for real.
Is that weird? Is that weird
if anybody disrespects me or us or anything, he knows that I'm taken care of.
This guy over here is drinking a peach freaking A1 AL81. I can't with you.
Orange.
It's orange. Nobody likes you. Nobody likes you.
Hey, you
know
feel the same thing.
You know what? You know what? I don't even care right now. You know why? Because
prior planning prevents piss poor performance.
Shh, you take your 7 Ps and stick them up your butt. How about that?
Don't be jealous. Don't hate, man.
Too
Take
late.
your Chinese American flag koozie and shove it up your butt.
Dude.
I love you.
Goes.
I mean, you mean this one right here?
There you go.
Bye.
Bye. I'll drink my Monster. And then A&W cream soda yum. Laura, you're adorable, but then you've never obviously had
an
AL81.
No, they have Fago up there.
Yeah, I know what Fago is, and nobody cares because it's Fago.
Yeah. They call it Red Pop, and they call it Big Red down here.
I know what Fago is. Listen, okay, so Fago to me tastes like sweet and cleaner. Like
it does kind of, yeah.
Hey, do you remember the Ronnies? Ronnie fruit drink?
Just
yes.
handy dandy Windex.
Dude, I was looking at the Kabul Snapchat today, looking at what was really going on, and this dude's driving down the road holding the fucking Ronnie. He's like, "Ooh!" I was like, "I've done that." In the back of an MRAP that's probably being driven by some fucking Taliban right now.
Don't even get me started on that shit. See, Laura even says Fago's gross. I agree with you.
Gross.
Laura, we got to get you some AL81. We got to get Laura some AL81.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't. To be honest with you, I didn't really prepare well for this evening.
All right. We had enough bull crap that has gone on this week. We can talk about.
No, I totally agree. But I also, I like to spread the message before we get on here, and I just
you missed my spiel at the beginning.
Oh yeah,
but I will give it again. But also, what I'm pretty excited about is in Texas, you can carry a handgun without a license, training, or background check. It says background check open carry. Yeah, you can open carry now.
Constitutional carry.
It's called constitutional carry, so you can open or close carry that shit.
Yay! Congratulations, Texas.
Yes, good job, guys.
Well done. Takes it. That's what I'm trying to say. Hey, Julie, what's up? What's up all the way from Australia?
Australia.
Is that
I
how you
don't
say
have
it?
a good-
Australia? No, just kidding. I love Australia.
Aussie.
I really
They
do.
call it Aussie. I call it Aussie land. I don't know. Jared's on
Well,
the phone, though. He's got
he's fine.
better shit to do.
Shocker.
He's talking to the president and shit.
I'm gonna need him to call that sumbitch and tell him to do some different shit than what he's
I
doing.
know, man. Come
Need 5
on.
minutes. I'll be back.
Come on, man.
You take your 5 minutes and go do whatever it is you got to do.
All right.
Don't think I won't tell Jill.
Oh,
She's probably there anyway. She's
she
probably
already
watching.
knows. It's probably
there.
her on the phone right now, actually.
Yeah. No, she's
Yeah.
there. She's there. I mean, she might not be. She might not be. Listen, that T-shirt you're wearing, I'm a huge fan of those guys.
Lone Survivor Foundation.
Of course I am.
Yeah, these guys. Damn, dude. They pulled me out of some shit. A few years ago, for real.
Yeah.
They have these really, really awesome retreats, and I'm a little iffy on going and doing women's retreats, all women's retreats. I don't like doing the co-ed retreats because there's always a fucking disrespectful piece of shit. There always is. And women's retreats, I'm like, what are the chances that every single one of them are going to be on their period at the same time? This could be dangerous. But they had one. It was in Crystal Lake, Texas. And I was going through a shit show of a time in my life. I won't go through details, but I'm going to tell you right now. I don't know how I know how I made it out of it because they sent me on this retreat, and my God, they taught me so much. And the whole breathing thing, I was always told you just go to breathe. I'm like, you guys are full of shit. I'm breathing as I talk to you. But like the whole deep breathing.
No, it's a real thing.
It actually fucking works.
It's a real thing.
I didn't even know. And they sent me this it's like a little light up rubber.
I have one of those. I have one of those little plastic butt plug thingies. Yeah.
I'll tell you who else is awesome is the Semper Fi Fund / America's Fund.
Yep.
You know them pretty well. They send me shit all the time.
I don't know if you know this or not, but I just got a Zen garden from them.
Me too.
Yeah. Yep. I just got one. Yep. I just got one.
Yeah, the yoga mat.
The yoga mat, the yoga blocks, all that stuff. Like I literally just got that from them. Yeah.
Shannon got the whole kit thing too. The yoga mat and the yoga book. No, not yet. And the Zen garden. Huh? Am I alive? Yes.
Sorry, we had some technical difficulties going on here.
Yeah,
the people. You got the people talking there. I got the people talking here. We got all kinds of weird shits happening. Well, Julie's like, no training. LOL. Some dick will shoot themselves in the foot. Like, yeah, and you're probably not wrong. But at the end of the day,
I'm willing to bet crime rates are going to go down.
Well, yeah, and so here's what I am going to say. We are talking about that, and Tim Kennedy said something the other day about it. Hey, Texas has just came up with this real awesome, law, that is now in effect. But Tim also said that you need to be trained and constantly
absolutely.
trained.
I'm not saying that people shouldn't be trained.
Constantly trained. I mean, because that's what Tim does. Tim is always on the gun, always working, always always practicing.
Man is always one of my heroes.
Well, I mean, and he'll tell you, he's like, hey man, I'm a Green Beret, and he's not. That's not boasting. He's like, I'm a Ranger Green Beret, blah 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 blah. And at the end of the day, I still need to be out there. Human. I still need to be out there, practicing. Because laws change and all that, so he's constantly doing this. The concealed carry drills. Programs and all the drills, and so it's. I'm glad that it's here. I'm glad that it's installed. But what I will say is that training is of the utmost for sure. Like it's a requirement. Like if you're not training, you're dumb.
Yeah, gotta train. I
Got
mean,
it.
like
You practice,
it's
go to the range, get comfortable with the trigger, get comfortable with weapons. Like because you will, just like Julie says, shoot yourself in the foot or in the hand or whatever.
budget your
Because
ammo. You gotta budget your damn ammo.
you
Not
can't say
like
that.
budget, like buy it. But
Well,
what you
yeah,
are
no,
shooting
yeah,
down
but I
range,
mean,
zero your weapon, do some drills. But like,
yeah, but
I can't afford to
that's
freaking buy a
another.
whole bunch of ammo right now.
That's an entirely different situation because I mean, trying to get ammo now is going to be harder and harder. Like the longer it goes, the harder it's going to get.
Out here in the country, I'll tell you,
Doesn't matter where
a
you're
month
at.
ago. No,
Doesn't matter
a
where you're
month ago down the road, there's these dudes that set up a little stand across the street from the pilot station. They were selling shitloads.
Right. Well, right now, so you got people who are reloading, which is awesome.
I always wanted to do that.
But you
Expensive.
can't find caps.
Reloading is amazing.
I know somebody who just got a whole bunch of caps though.
No, you don't.
I mean, I thought I did. Somebody got a whole bunch of caps that was worth about $100 for like nothing.
Sweet. I don't know who that person is.
I do, but I'm not going to say their name. They may or may not identify as an Air Force unicorn.
Always wanted to be one of those.
No, you don't.
Strive for success.
You know how difficult it is to explain my damn job to most people?
To explain your job?
Or what I used to do? Like,
Oh.
like you don't fly planes? No, I don't fly planes.
No. We just tell everybody when I just tell everybody when I'm hanging around with Jared, like he just fills planes up with cargo. It may or may not be the truth, but it's still funny.
I'll never forget it. Never flag anyone. Never walked out. Yeah, it's simple shit. No live weapon booze. Simple stuff. That'll save a life.
Absolutely, man.
Simple stuff,
You know
man.
what? Okay, you
Simple
want to talk
stuff.
about range safety? I was teaching a Navy guy.
Ooh, those are always fun.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me in that tone of voice.
So I was teaching this Navy kid in Afghanistan how to use a Glock because it was a SOCOM deployment. First guy gets a Glock. Take him out of range.
You were teaching a Navy kid on a SOCOM deployment. Where did this Navy dude come from that it ended up on a SOCOM deployment somewhere in the middle of nowhere?
Oh, dude, they put a missileer who had never been outside the continental United States in charge of the Khyber Border Coordination Center one time.
I'm sorry, what?
They put a missileer lieutenant colonel who had never been outside the United States.
I mean, I know what a missileer is, but like
he was basically a rocket scientist. They put him in charge of a combat outpost. Back. Good decision.
Julie says, don't clean firearms when drinking. My brother blew a hole through his foot years ago. Yeah, you're not wrong, Julie. I'm still surprised that you can get.
Luckily,
I'm surprised you can still get weapons in Australia.
I thought they did that buyback program or something, right?
I
know that they're going absolutely insane over there right now.
Like, I'm not going to tell you something I don't know. So
I did see some pretty interesting protests coming from that side of the world today. Yeah. France protesting.
Everybody.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, I think
the Navy guy on the range. So
he's back to the range. Back to this Navy kid.
Yeah, he's at low ready. And I told him, I said, now when I say go, just
for those of you who don't know what low ready is, it's this.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm keeping it simple. I'm not even having the kid draw from a holster, right? Just bring your gun up on target and pull the trigger. Well, I say go, and he just points his weapon at the ground, shoots the ground, bullet bounces up and ends up landing on my foot.
What in the shit?
You couldn't have made it up. Like, you could not have made the story up. I don't think I've ever yelled at somebody that long and hard.
I've had to call some people off my range with a little bit of rank before. Yeah.
Put a kid on the ground.
I feel like it's the people, the higher ups that don't know how to shoot.
I did have a
Absolutely
higher up.
My
I don't
experience,
agree
I
with
had a
you.
lot of them that just could not shoot for shit, and I had
I
to
don't agree with you.
ask them to go off my range to flag somebody.
I don't agree with
Well,
you.
it depends if
It
they're
depends on your MOS.
Ranger Ranger.
It depends on the MOS.
Yeah,
It all depends on the MOS.
I mean, most Air Force folks only only qualify on an M16 once a year.
Listen, I'm surprised you people even touch one.
Hey, shush.
you people.
Shush.
Yeah, I'm listen. This is me being freaking military-ial, whatever.
I like
Can
that.
you say? I
You
can't
probably
say.
still got crayons in your teeth, don't you?
Intermilitaracial? Is that what
Yeah,
you said?
militaracial. Yeah,
Intermilitaration.
intermilitaracial.
So that's like
what I said.
equality shit.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Modified Browning M3. Yes, I'm a big fan. Yeah, I mean, I would.
He loves his pinky.
I'm a huge fan of the Browning M3 or M2 for that matter. Maud Deuce. I still like calling her a Maud Deuce because the M3 is like it sounds weird. I still call it a Maud
Julie.
Deuce.
Enlighten me, Julie. A lot of people are under the misconception that gun control in Australia means that we don't have any guns at all. We do have guns, but you have to be licensed. They have to be registered. You can't own anything on the restrictions list. So I want to know what the restrictions list are. But
Pretty sure that's pretty long.
yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. But I
remember,
think
Italy,
that they had the buyback program, and I don't know what that entails because I was only paying attention to the good old America. Sorry. I love Australia, but shit, we got our own shit to deal with right now.
What were you saying, Jared?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Some countries, like if it's a military caliber, then you can't own that. Italy was weird.
You mean NATO ammo? NATO?
Yeah. Italy, you couldn't have a paintball gun when I was there back in the day. We were like the rebels, man. Having an electronic trigger paintball gun basically carried the same crime as having a fully automatic machine gun.
That's ridiculous.
Because it was all based on caliber. If something could shoot a projectile, including paint, it was considered a machine gun.
Wow.
I think I want one of those.
They were cool.
That sounds pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I really want one. Well, I don't think that usually about this time we start wrapping it up for Dumbass of the Week and all that. I don't have one. Obviously,
We got several this week.
our obviously regular guy is not here this week. He usually does the awesome names and the Dumbass of the Week. And
no, Jared has one.
You do? How about you?
Jared has plenty.
I want to know.
Jared has plenty, and I'm almost certain that I could come up with, I don't know, about 15.
One right off the top of my head would be.
I'm just going to make it easy and just say the entire administration.
I like that. That's where I was going to go.
Yeah.
That's where I was going to go.
Yep.
You know,
To
the one
include-
discussion.
Let me say this. To include but not. How's that statement go? To include
To be
but
or
not.
not to be?
No. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's not focus on that. to include the general staff. Because I'll be damned. That's something I definitely want to talk about maybe next section. Next segment. I want to talk about the lieutenant colonel in the United States Marine Corps that just got removed for telling all the general staff to pull their head out of their ass.
Yeah.
Yep.
Next time I got some stuff to pull out about that as well. There's more than just.
Here's my point. Let me say this. I'm going to say this because I'm fired up about that shit. I'm fired up about a lot of things, and I don't know if.
Let me hold on a second before you get fired up. Let me set the stage because I don't think a lot of people understand exactly what happened overall and who was in charge of all this crap. And this is where it kind of goes back into the Clinton days with Benghazi, because if the United States military had been in charge, and which they weren't, the State Department was in charge. That's why you didn't see our military actively going out, because it was not a military operation.
Before you go there, you're absolutely right. But I mean, I want to talk about the whole big picture. That, like, going back in, yes, that was all the State Department.
Yeah.
All the State Department. However, them letting Biden do what he did in the first flipping place was all wrong.
He says it was a consensus.
No,
I don't care what he says.
Oh, I know it. I don't care either. I'm
the
just
entire
telling you,
administration
the lies.
are lies.
There's been multiple. No. And what
I'm
the
sorry.
fuck
Did you
is
say
this
multiple
phone
lies?
call? What is this
No.
phone call that he? I don't
There's
know.
always a phone call.
I know, right? Like this phone call that he called the freaking Afghan president, Afghani or whatever his name is, and told him that he needs to lie about the severity of the Taliban. And I was like, wait, isn't that what they were trying to say that Trump did to Ukraine? I haven't heard anything.
Are we back
I
for
haven't
that
seen the
rules for thee,
transcript.
but not for me?
What?
Are we back for that whole rules for thee, but not for me situation?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. It's
So
adorable.
so now I'm gonna get back to what I was saying. Like, cause damn. So I don't really know. I don't know how to say what I've got to say, honestly, without offending a lot of people.
What's your opinion? As long as you're comfortable with it, go for it.
Oh, you know.
I mean, everything we talk about here is our opinion. Facebook, just say that.
Oh yeah, we need to disclaimer that these are our.
But you know it's funny.
They
So
don't reflect
I'm gonna
on
say that.
Nation
I'm gonna
Review
say
at this
that,
point.
and then I'm gonna say that. And then I'm gonna say what I want to say, and then there's gonna be this, well, you gotta be, and I'm just gonna be like, look, man, I got nothing. I want to go back to what Kevin just said here. Just so you know, Kevin, I'm a huge fan of this because I didn't know
May or may not have happened this week.
that my dad may or may not have had an Italian Q-Force semi-automatic shotgun or 3 of them on the wall.
At one point in time.
When I walked in, I was like, these are cool. That may or may not have been a part of whatever it was that we walked out with. I mean, I don't know. But I know it was cool. And I know I just bought a red dot for it.
Oh,
So, yeah.
Man, y'all suck.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but I got some yumminess.
So Tanya, that's my battle, right there. Tanya, were you deployed to? I think it was Bagram, right? Bagram or Kabul?
Oh, stop!
Where she was deployed to. So I'm hoping that she's doing all right. I'm sure she is. She's a strong lady. But like she said, we all knew half the ANA was part of the Taliban. Yeah, it's true. And then, they let all of the people that you were guarding out. Sorry, Tanya. All the people that we put in Saraposa, that's gone too. But
I heard that China's going to be Bagram is one of their main staging.
Hold on. I got something for you. This is hilarious. And this is coming from an Aussie, which I love. And this is what the world thinks right now, because this is an Australian giving you a prime example of how she thinks our POTUS is looking.
That's the consensus.
Pinocchio of the U.S.
You see what they start? They on Sky News, they're the Australian network I like to watch. Man, they rip him to shreds. Nobody takes us seriously at all. You should see the freaking propaganda bullshit that China's doing too, and Russia, and everybody's flexing because they know that we have a weak leader. Ugh, that was gross. Just even saying, putting those two together. He's not. He's not a leader. There's somebody behind it. He's a fucking puppet. We said it before, but
Fact.
there's some shit down the pipe that people are trying to rectify that situation. And,
What is that?
Fix the person that's leading the country, as in
But, here's the
they
thing.
want to impeach, but I don't see that happening. Like
Mitch
soon.
McConnell already came out this week and said there will be no impeachment.
Mitch,
Yeah, he straight up.
pussy.
And that guy, when a politician
pussy.
designs himself like that and doesn't want to do the work, it's time to get him out.
He's turtle.
If he'd have said, you know what, the House and Senate is full of Democrats, it's going to be nearly impossible to get him impeached. I could respect that, but just
Well,
telling
we
me
just need to get those seats. We just need to get those seats first.
exactly.
There's what was it? About 90 generals that have written a letter to asking for Biden to resign. About 90 plus, I think, is what it has turned out to be. But 4 days ago, it was 87.
Mine too, Julie.
Retired generals. And then your lieutenant colonel, I think he was a lieutenant colonel, right?
Yeah.
The Marine that
17-year lieutenant colonel.
he gave up his fucking retirement, everything. He said, I'm done. Fine.
No, he gave up his commission, his retirement,
everything,
and his family.
Because he's probably going to go to jail for a little bit. Well, I don't know. He might get enough attorneys together to get him.
No. I don't think you understand what's happening. I mean, it's possible. It's always possible. But like we have to look at this from a tactical standpoint. That dude literally just created a media storm that the military can't block.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't blame him. Because this is what I'm going to tell you. And I want to talk more about this in a few, because we're coming away from 10 minutes, the top of the hour. But I'm going to tell you right now, and we need to say his name, and we need to talk about him. And I almost tried to get a hold of him today. I've got a shit ton of things on my docket and my planning today, but maybe next time or something, I'll try to get a hold of him. But at the end of the day, all branches of service preach honor, courage, commitment, core, all these things,
the core values,
and all he's telling you, and they tell you, hey, you check that goes up and down the chain of command, checks and balances. That's preached every second of every day in every branch of service.
The simple little guy thing to do is do an AAR. Or
I don't know what an AAR is, but
after action report. I think they call it something new now.
Here's the thing, though. You have to
listen. I'm going to tell you what an after action report does, and it doesn't do anything because it literally gets filed and goes away. It's a 13 file.
Communication. What needs to be improved? Communication every single time.
Here's the most difficult thing for a senior leader to do, though, in the United States military, and that is disobey unlawful orders.
Yeah.
I mean, that is part of our oath that many people do not completely understand. If somebody tells you to do something or not to do something, that is illegal.
Right.
In terms of war or law or whatever. Like if your commander says, no, we're going to shut the gate and just leave all those people out there. Well, that may be considered an unlawful order. And it is your duty to not follow that order.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of the oath.
Yeah, that's difficult. That's really fucking difficult because
morally,
you would need morally, yes, and then being the soldier that has to disobey.
And that's what I saw him do.
It ruins your life.
he could not
Does it?
his morals anymore. He had
You know, I'm going to say something. I want to say something real
It
quick.
will.
I heard
It will.
Amanda say
But
something
they're
right
gonna
there.
try-
Hold
they're
on,
gonna
hold
try
on,
and ruin
hold
the
on,
Lieutenant
hold
Colonel's
on,
life
hold on, hold
when
on,
he did the right thing.
hold on. You're not wrong, but I heard you say something that sparked me, and it didn't spark me because you upset me, but the situation upsets me because it's the mentality behind it, right? Standing, and that's the whole premise, right? So we literally just had a lieutenant colonel give away everything he's had in his career. He was not afraid.
Damn
And
good
it doesn't,
example.
and if it does destroy, he doesn't care. The fact of the matter is you shouldn't worry about being a good person, period. Even if it puts you, and I'm going to say this because this is going to be, we're going to talk about biblical. Most of the apostles were in prison. Most of the apostles were imprisoned for believing in Jesus Christ. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you think is going to ruin your life on paper or in public circle or whatever. The fact of the matter is we got to stop worrying about how people view us. I really don't care how you view me, to be honest with you. I don't. What I'm going to tell you is that I'm going to try to be a good person all the time, even if it doesn't match what you think is good. Period.
Amen. Period.com.
So when you said earlier, and I apologize, Amanda, for cutting you off, but when you said, it's going to destroy our career, we got to stop worrying about shit like that, man.
This guy set the example. He took the step that is going to inspire others that were afraid to do it.
Yeah, but they're trying to smash him right now.
Yeah, they are.
So
But
that
he's got
the
so
rest
much
of the
fucking
military
backing behind him right now. So much backing from the people that have values, that have morals, the ones that live true to that. Like he's got the backing and silent majority. It's a silent
Yes and
majority.
no.
Them loud
Yes and no.
people don't matter.
Yes and no. That dude's standing on a wall by himself. That dude is standing on a wall by himself.
Right now. Now, when he's
are we behind him? You're right. Are we behind him? Absolutely.
But there ain't nothing we can do for him.
We can do for him.
That dude's standing on a wall right now, protecting what he believes.
Protecting
what we were all taught.
That's a leader right there.
It's a fact. That's a true leader. Period. That dude is standing on a
right
wall, going, "Hey, this is what we were taught to do. I'm going to be the example. I don't care if you beat me with a hose." So I'm going to try to get that dude here. What's that?
I'd like to thank him.
I'm going to try to get him on here.
I'd wait till he's completely out.
Lee Fitzgerald. Hell yeah, fuck ass. I love that. I love that mother trucker. Like, there's no better. I mean, there's a lot of deep sea divers, but Lee Fitzgerald is probably one of my freaking favorite deep sea divers on the planet. Michelle, where have you been all night long, woman?
I know you're a little late. Excuse you very much. Biden is one.
No, listen, Julie, you're not wrong. Biden is in the military. Biden is one person. How many military? You're not wrong. But here, let me say this. What is that? You know what? We've got 5 minutes before the top of the hour. But I'm going to say this. There's 1% of this country that probably should not have the glass broken. I mean, you should not break glass on a bunch of combat veterans.
No.
Because I don't know about you guys.
Not unless you're ready.
I don't think many people want to test my resolve. And that's not me puffing my chest. That's just me telling you that I'm willing to die for what I believe in.
From the time I understood what it meant to now, it's always been God, family, country.
Fact.
And there's not a government involved in there anyway.
No.
So allowing
Michelle, where are you moving to? Sorry. Go ahead and finish what you were saying.
So we got to get out of this mindset that the government controls us. They work for us. That's how people need to look at them. If they're not
Right.
doing the right thing, they need to be removed. Don't care who you are.
Right.
Don't care. If you're not going to support the Constitution, you should not be in that position.
Not only that,
Be immediate disqualifier, terminated, done, end of story.
we need to clean out the lobbies. What we need to do,
Absolutely.
because the lobbyists, those
money
people
to be
walking there,
made.
yeah, those people walking there with handfuls of dollars, or as they say in the Clint Eastwood movie, fistful of dollars, and walking there with a fistful of dollars, and all of a sudden, like, things change. Oh no, I've got morals, but wait, there's $150,000 he's gonna throw in my pocket.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, well, maybe I could vote this way this one time.
Yeah, maybe I just won't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not only the swamp, but the fucking lobby needs to be cleaned out.
Mm-hmm.
That's been a problem for years.
I'm
As soon as
saying,
somebody
people-
stops being a politician, they become a lobbyist for all these big companies and make even more money.
Well, of course.
Yep. We just need to take them seats. Say it all the time. Take them seats. We got a big election coming up.
Listen,
Take them
I'm gonna
seats.
tell you.
Vote differently. Y'all have all them Biden voters have buyer's remorse so damn bad right now.
I don't
I
know.
would
that they do.
hope they do.
I don't
at
know that they do.
least.
I'd say it's
I would
probably
hope.
50-50. Some that had no idea what they were getting themselves into.
Maybe.
just
However,
bold.
I literally just watched a video on Project Veritas about a freaking 26, 27-year-old freaking teacher.
Oh, is this the Antifa one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Well, that's great.
He's suspended without pay from what I last heard, but
That's great. No, he
there
was
was a
suspended
school
with
board
pay.
meeting.
He was actually
yeah,
suspended with pay.
with pay. I mean, yeah.
But that's
Suspended with-
and that's all great. That's all fine and well. But
There's pterodactyl.
hey, pterodactyl,
That's
where are you moving? Where are you and Minnie moving to? Oh, you're going north. That's right. Anyway, you know what? Let's pause for the top of the hour, and we'll come back. I'm gonna tell you. Let's talk about bead pricks for a few minutes, and then tell us about what you're doing with all the bead pricks. I saw you posted a couple videos not too long ago.
I
I'm a big
did.
fan of some of the stuff that you're making. So tell us what's going on there, and tell us where I can get something.
Oh man. All right. Well, actually, things are going pretty well with it. I actually found myself going down the whole path of making things without the purpose that I was supposed to, that I'm going into it for. Like I was making it because I felt like I needed to collect inventory, and that's not what I'm trying to do. But my jewelry is absolutely unique and badass, and the point that's behind it is my art therapy. As I'm sure some of you at least are aware that art is actually a therapy and is actually the best one for me. Might not be the best for everybody else. Shannon, you got your music.
I have a lot of therapy.
He's doing everything, his woodworking and all that. But I went on a fishing retreat, and I taught a class to a bunch of female veterans, and that was really freaking cool. But I'm selling a whole bunch more than what I was, so the inventory is going down, which I'm very, very cool with, because I make them and I don't want to look at them again. That's part of it, letting go. So I make it, I'm done with it. Bye. I'll sell it because any dollar that I make off of it goes towards paying off my credit card that I'm buying all my freaking beads and shit with. This shit's expensive. It's really expensive. And I don't have to justify my high prices from it. But yeah, so that's my thing. I'll pop up a picture really quick.
Yeah.
Pop up a picture of just one. I actually just sold this one the other day. A
freaking love it. That is an actual like ammonite fossil, and everything
So-
is
so
straight up gemstone.
I have a really stupid question for you. What would something like that one cost? What did that one go
that
for?
one I sold for $85.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
85
And that's, you know what, for an
I
actual
think
fossil,
that's fair.
it is. For an
I
actual
think it's more than
fossil,
fair.
It's
yeah,
hard.
you're literally putting out some great stuff for next to nothing, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
That's I mean, and it really is. I price things lower than what they actually should be, but then I'll run
I get it.
across somebody that really likes it, and they have some sort of emotional attachment to one of my things, and I'm like, oh,
We didn't hear that story before.
No, I've never. What? I can't. I don't know what that's.
I know, right?
Anyway,
It's hard to sell things to people that like it touches, but
I don't.
have to.
I mean, don't touch me. That's weird. I mean,
no, I won't touch
wait,
none.
wait.
No
Sorry,
touchy.
sorry. That was my hand. Sorry, that's weird.
But yeah.
So listen,
Anyways,
so we can get that where?
We can get it. I'm going to put it at the bottom of the screen.
Put it on a ticker.
You go to www.beadpricks.com. That's BEADPRIKS.com, and it'll take you to a link to my Etsy shop, and you can check out a little bit more of my story on there. And I got some links on some art therapy links, and I'm also going to be doing a sort of like a blog thing here pretty soon too. So
Nice.
yeah.
Nice. Well, I guess I'm going to play you a song.
What you gonna play for us tonight, buddy?
So I had a conversation with the guys, like some of the guys from Vetted today, and we talked about this song and the re-release of this song. It won't be released as Vetted, but it'll be released as Shannon Book and members of Vetted, by name, obviously. Paul Delacerda, Rodney Hall, and James Greenlee. But I think that those of us who talked today, I think we all came to pretty much the same consensus that we think this song needs to be heard. This song is called No Man Left Behind. And this song was probably one of our biggest and best.
Right.
When did I write this? That's pretty funny that you asked me that question. So when I drove into Texas for the first time to live here, and I want to say 2014, 2015.
oh really? I got here in 15.
So when I first got to Texas, I drove in, and so I left Kentucky. Paul called me and he's like, "Hey man, let's do this band thing. Let's put some music together." And I was like, "Okay." So I packed everything I had in Kentucky in a trailer in my Jeep, and I drove from London, Kentucky, through Chattanooga, all the way down to Dallas, picked up James Greenlee in Dallas, and then we drove on down to Houston. I also had to spend all night trying to fix my slave cylinder on my master cylinder on my Jeep, because I got a nasty leak and it wasn't shifting in and out of gear properly. So I spent all night in the parking lot of an O'Reilly's waiting for it to open for a part. And then I got back on the road. So it took me almost 36 hours to get to Houston. 36 long hours that I was awake for. And when I got into Houston, we pulled into what was at that point was the Rock for Recover studio, which we hadn't even became Vetted at this point. We were still concept, and I'd never played music with these guys before. Just had conversation. They'd already had a music bed written up and kind of created. And they're like, "Hey, so we're thinking about doing something about No Man Left Behind, kind of blah, 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 blah." And, Paul gave me the background, and I walked into the studio and I was like, "All right, do you guys have it can you guys loop it? Can you loop it for me? I walked in. I was exhausted. I may or may not have been a little high on some marijuana. I literally was trying to sleep from Dallas to Houston, and it didn't work. I was like, I can't. Anyway, I walk in, and they loop it for me. And as soon as it starts looping, like the words and the melody of the song hit me, and I was done with that song in about 30 minutes. And I walked outside and I cried for a few minutes, and then I walked over to the guys and I was like, "Hey guys, this is gonna sound a little weird, but I'm done." And they're like, "What?" And they're like, "Yeah, I'm done." And we went in and we started working on it. And there it went.
That's awesome.
So there it is. So that's where this song comes from. I'm gonna play that song, and I'm gonna play "Dear Mom" again, and
Awesome.
I hope you enjoy it. And so here comes No Man Left Behind, because I think that most of us, especially on this channel and at least in this room, feel like we should have never left anybody behind anywhere.
Amen.
because we've never left anybody behind,
Amen.
even our dead. So
Amen.
here it comes, and here you go.
See y'all shortly.
See y'all in a minute.
Been gone so long, can't remember where I've been. I'm thinking about back at home, my family and friends, my brothers don't know that I'm there till the end. One thing that we all know. One thing we all know. No man's left behind. You see me once, you see me twice. I fight alongside my brothers. There's no man that's left behind. Staring out over empty, see the broken ground. Standing here all alone now, all alone in a crowd. It's one thing that we all know. It's one thing we all know. No man's left behind. You see me once, you see me twice. I fight alongside my brothers. There's no man that's left behind. Yeah. Dear Mom, I had a few minutes to write down what's itching inside my mind. It's been too long since we have talked about nothing at all. Wish I could call. I know you're lost. Please don't you worry. There's no need to hurry. Just stay strong. It won't be long before we're together. Right here in heaven. I miss you, Mom. Dear Mom, please believe I've done everything I needed to. Dear Mom, I'll be there when you breathing while you're sleeping. Dear Mom, I know you are hurting, feeling the burden of me not there. You're way too strong to give up on living instead of still giving the love in your heart. I know it's hard, but never forget the things that I did and the reasons why. You are my mom, so please keep on living, caring and giving. I love you, Mom. Dear Mom, please believe I've done everything I needed to. Dear Mom, I'll be there when you breathe while you're sleeping. I can't believe I'm saying these words to you, but believe what I'm saying. You made me the man that I am. Dear Mom, please believe I've done everything I needed to. Dear Mom, I'll be here when you breathe while you're sleeping. I love you, Mom.
Welcome back, everybody.
That's a horrible
Man.
song.
That was some good music.
Horrible song.
Definitely needed. I really hope that everybody appreciates that. I appreciate you sharing that because
I haven't heard that song in a long time.
I mean, the last
Perfect timing.
time I listened to it was probably the last time I played it. It's been a while.
well,
It's been a while.
it's a good time for it to it's a good time for it to be seen again. That's for sure.
That's-
Yeah.
God
So,
put you in the right places at the right time, prepare you for something to come.
oh, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah.
you're re-releasing this then, and people can buy it soon.
Yes, it will be re-released. I don't have a deadline or a date time yet, but I'm going to re-release it.
Awesome.
I'm gonna do I guess an official announcement tomorrow. Like maybe this is the soft announcement. I'm gonna do the official announcement tomorrow, whatever. Maybe Monday. I don't know.
whenever it
Figure it all
happened.
out. Yeah.
Who is Forging Forward still the organization that you're donating your
No,
proceeds or
so
a portion of the proceeds
not
to?
alone. This month is going to Tackle 22.
Tackle 22.
Mhm.
Right. All right. I'm gonna have to look them up.
Tackle 22 was it was an LLC started by a Marine.
Got it. I'm putting the link up in the comments, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it up there right now.
Absolutely.
All
Good
right.
stuff.
Tackle 22. Here we go. Tackle. Wait. Still waiting to hear Chocolate Rain.
I can't. I can't.
Wow.
Now I'm curious.
Is there a story behind this?
No,
Yeah, I think
probably,
that- I think this
probably, but
needs
I
to
don't
happen. We need to
remember, and you're not gonna want to hear it coming from a deep sea diver anyway. So
I got you.
Huh.
I'm just saying,
I'm
like,
still intrigued.
it's only dirty if it's deep sea.
Oh, what was
I
the
would
thing you
ever
wanted
say
to
some shit like that.
talk about this hour? There was. It
Well,
was the
I'm gonna
Lieutenant
tell you.
Colonel, but
I'm
we
gonna
already
tell you what
tackled
I want
that.
to talk about.
Yeah.
I want to talk about freaking.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
I'm not
yeah.
actually crying.
What? What's
Nothing.
happening?
Nothing. I'm not crying. I said I'm not crying. You're crying.
I'm not.
I don't know what's happening. So let me see here. Let me find this. I want to talk about. I literally want to talk about.
I feel like your microphone is a little too low.
Oh no, my microphone's not low at all. It's just that I wasn't talking at my microphone
Wow.
because I'm pretty sure you can hear me now. Can you hear me now?
Perfectly.
You can hear me quite well. I'm pretty sure. So, but I was over here doing this, so I apologize. I'm looking
Bye,
for
Kevin.
something.
Thank you for being here, Kevin. We really
Thanks for being
appreciate
here,
it.
Kevin. We appreciate you, man.
Keep an eye on the page and go follow Shannon's music page. And
Yes, on
they'll
every
let you-
digital platform available.
all of them. Put his music on your Spotify playlist. Put it on repeat every time it plays. He's getting something out of it.
I have a joke
And
for you.
people need to hear it.
Is it about Chinese sissy men?
No. I mean, that's a good joke. That's a good joke. That's not the joke I want to tell you.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
Pete and Repeat are sitting on a fence. Pete falls off. Who's left?
I've heard this before.
Who's left?
What did you say?
I don't know.
Pete and Repeat are sitting on a fence. Pete falls off. Who's left?
I'm not playing that game.
I know.
No.
Come on. Come
no,
on.
This is a song that never ends.
Come on. This is the song that never ends. Yes, it goes on and on, my friend.
I have
can't do it.
PTSD from that song.
I have PTSD from that song.
Oh,
Well,
geez.
just that.
So,
Swear to God.
where in the ever-loving
Don't say it.
butt nugget?
Well, while you're looking that up,
Yes, please.
I saw the funniest article on USA Today.
Shocker.
China bans sissy men
Oh, I saw
from
that.
from TV to encourage more masculinity in young men.
Yeah. They're banning sissy men from being celebrities. They're telling.
What
they're
is
telling
okay?
their-
So, but what is the qualifications for this?
Anything that is not masculine.
Yep.
And here's what they also did. They made it law, or made it to reduce children's access to video games.
Oh yeah, they can only do 3 hours a day now.
3 hours a week, I think.
A week.
Oh yeah, 3 hours a week.
Oh yeah, a week. Where am I getting my shit from? I
So,
heard that
wait a
yesterday.
second.
I was watching
China's
some
taking
shit.
over Afghanistan. They own half of everything we buy.
Mhm.
And now they're making their men more masculine. And let's see what else.
So,
Hold on. I'm about to listen.
More
This is about to get. This is about to get really, really, really like off color, and I'm probably about to get kicked off of this organization and or this page. But this is going to be funny for me. It's going to make me laugh.
Well, I think it might be worth it.
So finally, all of those people over here that decided that they wanted to be transgender because people in China have been doing it for decades. When China takes over, you're all screwed.
Breeding sissy out of your asses.
The thing is, people don't realize they'll just kill you.
I know.
They
don't-
that's what they're on. Like, I'm okay. I don't care who does what. I really don't.
There's a lot of people.
Like me. But the thing is, like, they think that they're going to change, or anybody that has a different opinion. You think you're going to change people like the Taliban or Chinese or anybody else? No, they've had these beliefs for hundreds and thousands of years. It's such a deep-seated belief in some of these folks. Like, you just ain't going to change it. So if things change here, if you don't protect the Constitution, everybody that wants to be different, ultimately, a socialist communist entity, they get rid of all that stuff.
People are figuring out what socialism actually means.
No, they're not, but they're going to. They're not, but they're going to because they're not going to realize what socialism is until it hurts, and by then it's going to be way too late.
Oh, fuck this guy.
That's what's going to happen. So I was actually looking up Lieutenant Colonel Stuart Schiller's.
He made a few good posts out there.
Well, I was just looking up. I was just want to make sure I had his name correct. But you know, like he literally wrote on letterhead, United States Marine Corps School of Infantry East training. That's his battalion, by the way. Like 31 August 2021. Lieutenant Colonel Stuart P. Schiller Jr., Social Security number, MOS, USMC, to the Secretary of the Navy.
Nice.
I'm going to read this letter, this Marine Corps letter to you. Via the Commanding Officer of School of Infantry East and the Commandant of the Marine Corps. Request for resignation. Reference MCO 1900, Tax 16, Chapter 2. All right. Paragraph 5002.
Holy shit.
Number one. What
It's a big
happened?
book. There's a big book.
5002. I said it's a big book.
It is a
Oh,
big book.
it is. I mean, it's, yeah, the MCO, well, the MCO chapters, like MCO is a huge admin monster. Marine Corps orders it's a massive filing system. So, I mean, you can only imagine it's been here since 1775. So, you know, number one, I tender my resignation to Commission of the Commission of United States Marine Corps per the reference and request an effective date of 11 September 2021. Number two, I do not desire to accept a commission in the United States Marine Corps Reserve. I understand that Reserve Commission is not automatic and can only be granted at the discretion of the Secretary of Defense. I understand if I have adverse military on file, up to 12 months may be required to possess my reserve commission. Number three, my reason for submitting a letter of resignation, a lack of trust and confidence in your ability to lead.
Mm-hmm.
Signed, SP Schiller. That is how you keep people in check.
That is leadership, folks.
If you want to talk about what a real leader is, that is a prime example of what real leadership is. Now, that man may end up under a box, under a rock, in a room, under a lot of concrete. But he set an example. He set a precipice that no matter how bad things can be, doing the right thing is always the right thing. I don't care who you are.
Doing the right thing is always the right thing. Absolutely. You are not wrong.
So
Doing the right
That's what we
thing.
try to teach our kids every single day.
Doing the right thing doesn't always mean doing things right.
no. As a matter of fact, most of the time, doing things the right way, most of the time means not doing things right.
Like the fucking officers that have never stepped foot outside of the wire, making decisions for us that are outside of the wire. Yeah, that rings a bell.
Well, you put admin folks in charge of a combat operation. This is what happens.
See, I don't think that people should be able to go directly into commissioned officer. I think that they should like at least get to NCO level, at least an E5, maybe an E4 level. Get your freaking boots dirty before you start making decisions for all of us.
Well, listen, and I appreciate what you're saying, but what you're talking about is a system that's as old as England.
Sure is.
Like
I just got a new belt.
Nice. Actually, that's a Mustang buckle.
I know I'm not a fan of Mustangs, but it's a motherfucking American flag.
I like it. That's pretty nice.
I like it.
I dig it. So I mean, it's probably older than England. It's probably actually mostly probably Roman. But the process by which you became an officer was simply because of family and education, and the rest of them just fought for what they deserved. So a commission was given by.
Y'all got my fix. I felt like my window shutter back there moved. Kind of. But anyways,
That's right, Lee. Lee said some officers never had a chief getting their ass. He's not wrong.
Truth.
He's not wrong.
Truth.
behind every good officer is a damn good NCO.
Well, that's a senior NCO, and that promise you. So I mean, that's another thing. That's another thing. Here, let's talk about this. We're talking about senior officers who have senior enlisted advisors, sergeants major, master chiefs. Like, let's talk about that.
We got all the 90.
Well, so I think there is some. I know there is some generals, and everybody keeps talking about the generals
that are.
What do they call your? What do you call your senior enlisted chief master sergeant?
Sergeants.
Yeah.
Master
So,
sergeant.
but let's talk about that. Let's seriously, let's talk about those guys. Where in the ever loving fuck
They're
were they?
retired.
These guys are retired. The 87 that I saw that was posted, I think 4 days ago, it was 87. I think it's more like 90.
Generals or higher ranking officers that are retired, but there is a few that are still in that are asking, they're writing letters saying we need to look into this. It's just what we do. It's kind of like what you're supposed to do.
Where's that at? Where did you find that at?
What?
With that piece of information? I want to hear. I want to see that crap. I want to see it. I need to see it.
The generals that wrote the letter. I'm gonna put that in the comments. I'm gonna look for it right now. I'll put it in the comments. How about that? Or I can try and but yeah, they're writing letters asking for Biden and administration officials to resign. Either that, well, they want them to resign, but they also want to put together a commission to look into this whole evacuation, this stupid fucking failed ass mission. And then you know what? We got people blaming the troops that were there for leaving stuff behind. saying it's the military's fault. It's the military's fault. It's not the State Department. It's not the president. It's the military's fault. That bothered me. I heard that earlier, and it kind of pissed me off a little bit. I held my tongue because I felt like I was probably going to lose my mind on some fucking idiot, but it was not the troops that decided to do that. I guarantee you every single one of them there was not happy with what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, no, well, so Jared, are you in a different country or something?
I was reading about Jay Leeson in Texas.
What's that?
That dude. He's in an author for Texas Monthly.
Mm-hmm.
And he made a tweet yesterday that I think you're going to find interesting, buddy.
Oh, yeah? Please do tell.
August 31st, he tweeted, "If tomorrow you wear a gun exposed in a public place where families and kids are around, I'm going to be real tempted to unholster you, pistol whip you, and teach you some West Texas manners."
Promise.
Who said that?
Jay Leeson. He just
I'm a big fan. I'm a fan. Just because you can constitutionally carry doesn't mean you should walk around with your AR on your back.
Well, I agree. But still, threatening to unholster somebody, come on.
No, that's stupid.
Right.
Like, I'll shoot you.
Yeah, I mean, like
that's how you get shot and cut in half.
Well, here's the deal. I'm going to say this because I agree with where'd he go? Where the hell did he go? Where'd he go?
Hold on a second. I got to handle something.
Okay. So
right. I'm going to read this. I'm going to read this to you, Shannon. This was 4 days ago. There's another one that I found that's from 2 days ago. That's pulled up on my phone down here, but I have to go in there and put it in the comments. But this one says nearly 90 retired generals and admirals have called on Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin and Joint Chiefs Chairman General Mark Milley. Fucking pieces of shit. Just add that to resign after overseeing the debacle that was President Joe Biden's withdrawal from Afghanistan. The letter released by the group Flag Officers for America states the hasty retreat has left an unknown number of Americans stranded in dangerous areas controlled by the brutal enemy. The group's letter notes that Austin and Milley were the two top military officials in a position to recommend against the dangerous withdrawal, and that even if they did all they could to prevent Biden from going forward, that they should still resign out of conscience. That's a very opinionated post there.
No, I don't agree. I think it's a factual. I think it's very good. I think it's a good piece of information.
Let me see.
Because here's the deal.
It kind of went into like an opinionated kind of thing there at the end.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
So 2 weeks ago, Lloyd Austin said that the Defense Department would move everyone we can possibly get out of Afghanistan until the clock runs out or we run out of capability. So it's not such a hard promise to keep. Yet it already had been broken, even though the clock had not run out. Yeah, because he decided that he was going to pull out earlier than the stupid deadline that the Taliban gave him.
So first and foremost, we should never, ever ask a freaking terrorist organization for what we should do for them. Period. Secondly, it's not opinion. It's not. Let me finish. That's not an opinion piece. That is a bunch of general officers who are probably worth their salt in doing. Let me finish. But doing what they do, and that is not an opinion. They literally should, and their job. Those people sitting around that table. Let me tell you what their job is. Their job is to tell the president no when he's doing something stupid, like what he did.
That's their responsibility.
So even if they tried and they couldn't.
This post that I'm reading off of right now, was a very opinionated portion of the.
I mean, I get it, but I mean, I'll be honest with you.
For something more, I wanted to find the letter to read the letter. But I'm not finding that right now. I have it saved. Like I said, it's saved in my phone. I'm on my computer right now. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, Laura, I don't know. We can't.
Everything that we have, I'll put in the comments after the show.
Well, here's the deal. Like first of all, like this is a very sensitive topic for a lot of people. You know, John John, you can't ever blame the ground pounder troops. Those guys are just doing what they were told to do. Blame the officers, the brass, and the political leadership. John, you couldn't have said it better. You couldn't have said it better. So there's a lot of things on here. So this is a very I don't even want to call it a hot topic. It's a sparking topic. Like there's a lot of I don't know how this makes you guys feel, but there's a lot of things. So Laura says, I heard there were military dogs that were found left behind. I don't even want to get into that because there's all kinds of misnomers and misconceptions. Yeah. There were dogs left behind. I don't care. I don't care where they were put. Those dogs are left behind. And I really don't give a shit whose dogs they were. Those dogs were left behind in kennels and they couldn't take care of themselves. Secondly, those dogs are probably no longer an issue because they're probably dead. Thirdly, we still have Americans in that country, and those Americans are always over animals. And I saw Tucker Carlson. I love Tucker Carlson, but I saw Tucker Carlson. It doesn't matter, John, but you're right. But I saw Tucker Carlson do a piece on that. A man and a woman. You're a dork. I saw Tucker Carlson do a piece on it, and he invited the president of PETA to talk about those dogs. And I'm thinking to myself, I actually thought that Tucker Carlson was a pretty awesome dude until I saw that happen. And I'm like, how fucking petty are you getting now, dude? Like, seriously? Like, I don't really give a shit.
Here's what's sad, though. That people will be turned to help this effort because there was dogs. They won't do it because there was Americans, but they'll do it because there was dogs. Trust me. I've met some of those people.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. And you know what? Neither is Lee. We need more gunny highway and less major powers. He's absolutely right. He's absolutely right.
That's how we've protected this Constitution for as long as we have.
I found the letter. You want me to read it real quick? It's good.
Sure.
All right. So this is an open letter from retired generals and admirals regarding Afghanistan. The retired flag officers signing this letter are calling for the resignation and retirement of the Secretary of Defense and the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff based on negligence in performing their duties, primarily involving events surrounding the disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan. The hasty retreat has left initial estimates at 15,000 Americans stranded in dangerous areas controlled by a brutal enemy, along with 25,000 Afghan citizens who supported American forces. What should have happened upon learning of the Commander-in-Chief's plan to quickly withdraw our forces and close the important power projection base Bagram without God, that pissed me off, the whole Bagram thing, without adequate plans and forces in place to conduct the entire operation in an orderly fashion. One more. The consequences of this disaster are enormous and will reverberate for decades, beginning with the safety of Americans and Afghans who are unable to move safely to evacuation points, therefore being de facto hostages of the Taliban at this time. The death and torture of Afghans has already begun and will result in a human tragedy of major proportions. The loss of billions of dollars in advanced military equipment and supplies falling into the hands of our enemies is catastrophic. The damage to the reputation of the United States is indescribable. We are now seen and will be seen for many years as an unreliable partner in any multinational agreement or operation. Trust in the United States is irreparably damaged. There's more, but I'm just gonna. I'll put this link in the comments so everybody can read it themselves.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That was just.
That'll be good because that's exactly the facts. Those are like, and John says if I were a retired general or admiral, I'd sign it too. Also, publicly demanding their resignation. Absolutely. There's absolutely no reason. I'm going to tell you right now. I honestly do not understand. I cannot understand why in the ever loving fuck nobody is clamoring about fucking impeachment of the entire fucking cabinet.
Well, they are. You're just not hearing about it.
Why is that?
Because the media is controlled by the left.
Well,
They're
I'm
not-
saying it right now. I'm saying it
I'm
right now.
looking-
The entire
I've
fucking
been-
cabinet can go the fuck away.
I've been looking, or I've been watching. I've been, because you can't reliably just sit there and watch like Fox News. You can't just sit there and reliably just watch CNN and expect to get 1000% facts. You got to read both sides. So that's what I'm trying to do. But yes, there has been articles of impeachment.
I'm going to
dropped
tell you right
on
now.
Biden.
I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm going to tell you something right now. You're talking about freaking reading both sides and all that shit. Listen, I don't listen to any of that shit anymore. You know what I'm going to start listening to? What's happening around me. I'm going to start listening to the people around me, and I'm going to start making sure that I keep the right people in my circle. And here's the deal.
Yeah.
Because the fucking news and everything that you read nowadays is not fucking real.
The world is backwards right now.
It's not
so
backwards.
crazy.
It's being fucking taken over.
By flipping it backwards, it's upside down.
I know exactly what you mean.
It's fucked up, man. It's very discouraging, but to the people that are feeling discouraged by it, that just means you need to step up and do something. You need to use your voice. You need to get involved. You need to put yourself in the positions. You need to ruffle some feathers. Don't do anything stupid, but instead of bitching about things, do something about it.
Well, I mean,
We sit here and we bitch, but outside of bitching on this show,
we
we're
don't even
actually,
bitch.
like,
We don't even
making
bitch on this
moves.
show. We don't
Yeah.
even really.
Too
We
much.
honestly don't even really bitch on this show because we're too concerned about what'll happen to our platform.
I called
And
3
that's
different
sad.
politicians
True,
this
yeah.
week, and that's what it takes. Every time you call, it's got to be taken. It's got to be reviewed. They got to know your position.
No, you're not wrong.
Mhm.
You're not wrong. But at the end of the day, how far does that go nowadays? How far does that go nowadays?
I guess we'll find out next
Who
year.
knows?
See if we can clean it
Who
up.
knows?
At the end of the day, I'm going to say this again, and I've said it 15 million flipping times on this very channel. 2022 is not going to change a damn thing. They're rewriting the laws right in front of you and me. They're
Mhm.
going to turn it into a freaking Stalingrad, bro.
Because they have that deadline, that election deadline. They want to get all the fucking shit damage they can do before that.
No, they're yeah, and you're not wrong, but you're not seeing the big picture. The big picture is they're literally trying to turn this into a communist nation.
Give you what they think you need and keep you in check.
I don't think people actually understand exactly what communism, socialism means. I don't think that people actually understand that. The ones that are saying, "Oh, you're socialism."
Okay, well,
Hold on, let's define it.
How many people do you
Define
hear
socialism.
talk about, like, really criticize China that's a part of China? Or how many people that are part of the Taliban criticize the Taliban? Or how many people that are Pakistani criticize Pakistan? You don't hear it because if you do, you are killed. Like, you could be hung from a Black Hawk by chance. Who knows? Hung from a street light.
Oh,
And these aren't things that we're making up. These are things that we observe. Like, that's how third world countries and communism countries operate. If they don't like what you're doing, you're removed.
mm-hmm.
You're eliminated.
Yep.
And that's kind of what we're seeing starting here. Look at all I think it started down in Houston with the nurses there. They fired 135 of them.
Because they wouldn't take a COVID shot.
Absolutely. So now, I mean, they lost their entire careers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got firefighters that are doing it too. We got VA workers that are bowing out. I just went to the Dallas VA today and I talked to my doctor and he's like, "Man, we're losing people left and right because they're quitting because they're mandating the vaccine." And like people are losing their livelihoods from it, but like, God, They got
Well, you
balls.
said
for
so.
doing
You
what
said
they-
something
what
earlier.
what they're supposed to be doing, what they have to do. It being an American, it is your duty to live by the
You
American
you can't talk to everybody in America about duty because they don't understand what duty is.
No, they don't.
Yeah, you're right.
So I'm gonna
You're
say
right.
you said something earlier, Amanda, that I want to clarify. You said people don't understand what the definition of communism and or socialism is. So I'm going to clarify that. I'm going to read those right now, right here in front of you, and I'm going to tell you. And if you think that now that everything is digital, that it can't be changed, you're way wrong.
Mhm.
So
Way
so
wrong.
here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read this to you, and it's probably going to sound a little less dangerous than it really is. So I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to read socialism first. Full definition of socialism: any of various economic or political theories advocating collective or governmental ownership and administration of the means of production and distribution of goods. 2. A system of society or group living in which there is no private property. B. A system or condition of society in which the means of production are owned and controlled by the state.
Mhm.
Number 3. A stage of society in Marxist theory transitional between capitalism and communism and disgusted distinguished. I'm sorry. Disgusted is my own word. Distinguished
and
by
things,
an
yeah.
unequal distribution of goods and pay according to work done. So people have been
Yep.
trying to balance between capitalism and communism for millennia,
Mhm.
and it doesn't work because people are not fair.
Nope. When money's
Once
involved,
people get power, they realize
power,
that it's a
money.
little too good for comfort to lose it, and then they turn it
Mhm.
into basically it becomes communism, which is what I'm going to read next. The definition of communism. But see, you didn't see that. You didn't hear that in that definition. All you heard was somewhere in the middle of capitalism and communism. You didn't hear
Mhm.
what really happens in that middle, right?
Mhm.
So it's a little softer. The definitions are no longer harder than they used to be. Did you hear today that the CDC got into wording today?
No.
I'll get into that in a few seconds, but I'm going to read communism for you.
Yeah.
The definition of communism: 1A, a system in which goods are owned in common and are available to all as needed. B, a theory advocating elimination of private property. Sound familiar? Because that's what we were talking about earlier.
Mhm.
2, capitalized, a doctrine based on revolutionary Marxian socialism and Marxian Leninism, words and things.
Leninism. Yep.
Lenin, right? That was the official ideology of the USSR. Most of people
USSR.
in the world today don't even realize what Russia was before the Cold War ended.
Mhm. So what can you read
To us what capitalism is as
B,
opposed to
let me finish.
socialism?
Let me finish.
Oh, I thought you were
Totalitarianism.
done.
B. No, this is part 2, B, C, and there's part 2, B, C, and D. B, a totalitarian system of government in which a single authoritarian party controls state-owned means of production.
Mhm.
C, a final stage of society in Marxist theory in which the state has withered away and economic goods are distributed equally
Mhm.
or equitably, which is
And that word equitably means bullshit to the
right.
lower classes.
It's right. It means you get what you deserve when we tell you what you deserve.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
And who tells people Like how much they get. That's the
Oh,
government. right?
so you asked a very valid question. I'm going to go right back to B, a totalitarian system of government in which a single authoritarian party controls
Supreme leader.
state-owned means of productions. Communist systems is collectively. So at the end of the day, if you read it, if you're just reading the definition, doesn't really sound bad. Hey man, everybody gets a fair shake. No.
Mm-mm.
No, because the government determines who gets the fair shake.
The only people get a
They'll
fair
tell
shake
you
at
what
that
to
point.
do. Yep, they'll tell you what to do, when to do it, how much money you're making, and
The only people that get a fair shake at that point are the wealthy. The wealthy, just like it used to be back in the serf days, the serfdom and the night, the medieval days. Like you were pauper, you were a serf, you were whatever.
It's almost like the Indian caste system.
Oh yeah.
Monarchy.
You're born into what you are. Is what it is. That's why we have
It's
that
not even a
conflict.
monarchy. It's not even a monarchy. Like even the monarchy, the queen, like even the queen is diplomatic. Like the queen is diplomatic.
Sure she is.
Like at least Parliament is there to keep
Was
checks
she
and
like
balances.
200 fucking years old or something?
Parliament
Man.
keeps the checks and balances of the monarchy. So it's still democratic in nature.
Yep.
We are literally the
Prime
only
Minister.
we are literally the only republic in the world.
We're
That
just trying to.
you see what that said? Did you see what he said? This is what I read today. And I'm going to tell you right now, Lee Fitzgerald just said the CDC's latest statement is political correctness at its finest. You can't say
God,
drug
I need to do this.
you can't say drug addict anymore. You can't say drug addict. You can't
What-
say alcoholic
What can
anymore.
we say?
You can say people who use
with a
drugs.
Substance abuse problem.
The
It's
fuck?
Go read it.
all
Go read it.
inclusivity and to
Go
move
no. Listen, like seriously, everybody here right now needs to go to cdc.com or .gov and read it because it's all right there. They literally have are literally working on changing the wording instead of working on science like they should. Glenn Beck said it right. Hey man, you got one job. Your job is to make sure that the seal is secure around those openings that you're working on other shit on.
Plain writing, plain language materials and resources, health literacy, the CDC, everyday words for public health communication from the CDC.
Right, there you go. John said it right. Capitalism. I'm going to bust my ass off for everything I own. Absolutely. That's exactly. I'm going to earn what I get. Communism. I'm not going to bust my ass, but I want everything. I want what everyone else has. He's not wrong.
Search jargon or plain language words below. The plain language words in example sentences can help you follow the federal
There's two
plain
different
language
CDC.
guidelines and the CDC Clear Communication Index criteria. So search jargon or plain language words. What should I search right now?
Yeah.
You talking about for that wording?
You can put there's a search bar in here and it tells me search jargon or plain language words below. Tell me
Put
what.
drug addict.
Yeah, put drug addict. It'll give you the different options.
We got like 4 minutes before the show's over, but
Yeah, we should
Okay.
probably get into our final thoughts.
No
Oh.
search results.
yeah, you're not gonna find any. Here's the deal. At the end of the day, just I don't know. I'm gonna give you my thoughts, and I'm gonna wrap this up. And I don't know. I don't know how I feel about what's going on in this country today. I love everybody here, and I love everybody I've ever worked with and or been in contact with. There's some dumbasses in my life, but I'm going to tell you this. You need to prepare yourself for some shit that you've never seen. You think you're safe and you're comfortable, you're stupid. Prepare
Doesn't affect you
yourself
till
for
it
some
affects you.
real ugly things to come. And it's time to stop being funny. Like the meme wars are over. This is not funny anymore.
No.
If you still think that this is funny, you're part of the fucking problem. So go play with your memes in a fucking basement somewhere. If you're not going to really do something to change what's going on, then shut the fuck up and get out of my face. I got nothing for you. Those are my final thoughts.
I like your final thoughts.
Good thoughts.
Thanks.
Yeah. All right, you next, Jared.
Been a crazy week, as everybody else said, but bottom line, keep good people around you because that's what it's going to take. To echo what Shannon said, what we've seen is a huge influx of people that, yes, there's a lot of good ones that are trying to escape an absolute horrible regime, but at the same time, what you're also going to see is the creation of potential cells within the United States.
For sure.
And you're going to see additional attacks.
There's already cells here.
Yeah,
Think about Detroit.
absolutely. But it's going to get worse. This is all part of a plan that these types of entities have and that we've seen numerous times before. I don't want anybody to go out and live in fear, but you do need to prepare, be safe, and stay smart. Just prepare as best you can. And be a little bit nicer to anybody that actually needs it.
Yeah.
For all the fellow veterans
Yeah.
out there, if you're in that funk, or you're getting that idea, hey man, I think I ought to call so and so and just chat them up for a minute. Do it. Pick up the phone, call them. That might be what it takes to stop another one from taking their life. I can't tell you how many times, and I'm not suicidal or anything right now, but just you're having a bad day, and a friend calls you up and starts talking to you and says, "Hey, talk about this and that," even if it's to bitch about everything that's going on. It breaks that thought process. Get it off your chest and press on. So if you think somebody's having problems, reach out, check in on them, do the right thing. See you next week.
Amen.
Yeah.
You said exactly what I was going to say, but I'll add. I want to thank everybody that is checking in. On and everybody and me myself. Thank you to everybody that's been checking on me. The support is needed much more than ever. Not ever right now, but like this is fresh, and we need to band together through this instead of. I'm sick and tired of seeing veterans attack each other over bullshit like that. That's not what we need, and you say I got your 6, you got it tattooed on your arm and shit. Well, how about you live it? If you got somebody's 6, then actually have it. Quit tearing down your brothers and sisters, especially right now. Be a damn good person, like we say every week. Go out there, do something. Just call somebody, send them a text message, tell them that you're thinking about them, whatever you got to do. And like I said, I appreciate everybody that's doing what the government will not do right now. I urge everybody to go out there and get active in your communities, and ruffle some feathers, make a difference, and be a leader. Be a leader. We all know what being a leader means. Well, if you don't, then look it up or hit us up. We can tell you. But a true leader is that Lieutenant Colonel Stuart Schiller.
Just go look at Stuart freaking Scheller. He'll tell you all about it.
Amen. So
Lieutenant Colonel Stuart Scheller. He'll tell you all about what it means to be a leader.
Amen.
I'd follow that dude anywhere. Hide and watch. I might.
All right, y'all. Well, I guess we will see everybody next week on Friday. Same rev time, save red channel. What are we gonna play tonight?
I think we're gonna play.
And yours.
Which one?
One of Creed's and yours.
Creed's.
I like I Need to Breathe.
Place called USA.
Yep, that's good. And then
Let's just play that and call it a night. No doubt.
alrighty. Sounds
Actually,
good.
I got an idea. I'm gonna play that, and then I'm gonna play the national anthem on the way out the door.
All right. There we
How
go.
about that? Here we go.
Sounds good.
Guys, I'll
All
see
right.
you in a few.
Bye, y'all.
These days you can't get a man to work. People get married and they still flirt. Don't pledge allegiance to our flag like we used to do. Good men are willing to give their lives while politicians take away our rights, saying they know best what's good for you. These days dads are always gone. Mama's still here, but she's on her phone. Grandma's raising the kids, and the devil is too. If you ask me, this whole world is gone to hell. I speak the truth, but these days the truth won't sell. I bleed red, white, and blue in my ways you just can't change. Wrong or right, I give my life for this place called USA. There's no other place that I'd rather live. Love my wife and teach my kids about the land of the free and the home of the brave. I'm sick and tired of people putting it down. If you don't like it here, get the heck out of town. Go and find somewhere you love. It's fine with me. 'Cause we don't need people riding the fence. You're either riding with us or you're riding with them. Make up your mind which side you stand. If you ask me, this whole world is gone to hell. I speak the truth, but these days the truth won't sell. I bleed red, white, and blue in my ways you just can't change. Wrong or right, I give my life for this place called USA. From the thin blue line to the men who die, land of the free because of the brave. Wrong or right, they gave their lives for this place called USA. If you ask me, this whole give my life. This place called USA. For all the ride I give my life. This place called USA.
Patriots of Rev Nation. Time for the Bow 22 walk.